Criminals have a funny way of turning confidence into chaos. Tonight, some bad decisions are about to unfold. And trust me, you'll want to see how they begin.
Денежные средства.
Руки на стол, говорю. Деньги. Доставай деньги. Ну чё? Доставай деньги, открывай сейф. Сейф открывай, говорю. Ну так открывай, чё не открывай?
The suspect allegedly threatened the employee and demanded cash, then struggled to open the locked drawers. When he couldn't get the money, he left empty-handed. This was truly a robbery where the locks won. He smashed the iPhone display case and took the phones, thinking this would be an easy score. But when he ran, the employees worked together to chase him down. That definitely wasn't the kind of checkout he was expecting. A Family Dollar robbery, a fast getaway, and a suspect still unidentified. He allegedly thought leaving quickly meant leaving no evidence. That's the funny thing about surveillance cameras. They don't chase you, they just remember. He walked into the tobacco shop with a knife and apparently expected an easy payday. Instead, the terrified clerk ran for help while he struggled with the register. Not exactly a smooth operation. Four suspects are believed to have targeted another pawn shop, but now police are searching for all four. It looks like the plan was to make some quick money. Too bad the police investigation is the bill they have to pay. They walked into the dispensary and started emptying the shelves like it was Black Friday. No shopping carts, no receipts, just grab and go. Apparently, paying was never part of the plan. Two armed robbery allegedly led investigators to uncover an organized group with stolen cars, weapons, meeting spots, and even a larger criminal operation. Apparently, this wasn't a one-time bad decision. It was a whole business model. The female employee stepped away from the counter for a while, and this man allegedly saw an opportunity. He went behind the counter, took an item of property, and casually walked away. Looks like an unattended counter became an invitation to him. One person kept the employee busy, while two others went to work stealing the jewelry. They clearly came in with a plan. Too bad it was a plan that involved stealing. and 30 people decided to join the same break-in. At that point, it's hard to call this a small-time robbery. Someone really thought, the more people, the better.
Кадры камеры уличного наблюдения. За 10 минут до преступления появляется...
He allegedly walked into a beer store without saying a word, grabbed the entire day's earnings, including the cash register, and walked out. Apparently, he decided the whole register was part of the takeout order. Forget the robbery for a second. The nickname is already doing the heavy lifting. 3 alleged thieves caught on security footage and forever remembered as the Beavis and Butthead Bandits. He allegedly picked the worst possible place to cause trouble, a store full of customers. They stepped in, the robbery fell apart, and police soon caught up with him. Sometimes the crowd becomes the security system.
Подозреваемый.
Smartphones are expensive, and apparently that's all the motivation some thieves need. This video shows a phone theft and swap, because apparently paying for one is just too complicated. A 24-hour grocery store, a threatened clerk, and 25,000 rubles stolen. He allegedly thought he had an easy score, but police caught a suspect nearby. Apparently, the getaway plan lasted about as long as the robbery. Imagine risking a midnight trip through a blizzard, breaking into a bar, and leaving empty-handed. The blizzard burglar really went through all that trouble for a grand total of $0. One suspect pretended to pay a phone bill while his partner made the real move. Suddenly, the customer visit turned into a robbery, and several phones ended up in a backpack. Following someone into their own driveway just to steal their car? That's a whole new level of reckless. These thieves weren't just after a vehicle. They were willing to bring the crime right to someone's doorstep. The store owner fell asleep, and this thief allegedly slipped in, grabbed the cash from the register, and quietly walked out. Apparently, the night shift came with a very convenient opportunity. This robbery was over in a hurry. Apparently, these criminals were in a rush, but forgot that every rush decision can come with a very long consequence. He stole a parrot by grabbing it from a pet store cage and stuffing it into a bag. Thankfully, Lapis was recovered safely. Imagine risking jail time over a parrot. Talk about a truly bizarre shopping trip. They thought the jewelry store would be an easy target, but the fog system had other plans. 1 minute it's a robbery, the next they can barely see what they're doing. That plan disappeared fast, literally. The owner was in the restroom, and this guy allegedly saw his opportunity. He checked the store, made sure she was occupied, grabbed the wallet, and walked out like he was just another customer. He threatened her and demanded money, but she stayed calm and refused to cooperate. The robber eventually walked away empty-handed. Her composure protected the cash register. But most importantly, she made it out safely. He allegedly slipped a €4,000 handbag under his shirt and walked around like nothing happened. But the plan fell apart when security caught up with him and found an anti-theft device too. How much can one shoplifter carry in a single trip? This woman apparently decided to find out, stuffing a ridiculous amount of merchandise under her clothes. That's one seriously overloaded shopping bag. Three women turned a perfume store into their personal shopping spree, filling their bags without paying a dime. That's a lot of confidence for a shopping trip with a $0 budget. One thief held up a dress, while the other hid behind it and cleaned out the cash drawer. Creative? Absolutely. Smart? Not so much. The real lesson: never leave your cash unattended. This is why you should never leave your purse unattended or out of your control. These thieves pretend to be shoppers, wait for the right moment, and then sneakily take other people's wallets.
Crazy, right?
They picked a very serious target and reportedly walked away with around 24 firearms. Not exactly the kind of shopping spree that ends with a receipt, and definitely not one that ends well. This was definitely not a routine stop at the gas station. The suspect robbed the Admiral gas station and fled, once again proving that bad decisions can happen anywhere, even right next to the gas pumps. These thieves allegedly made jewelry stores their specialty, hitting targets across the country. Then police tracked down the crew. Apparently, even professional thieves eventually run out of luck. Two employees were threatened, cash was taken, and the suspect walked out. That might look like a successful robbery for a few minutes, but there's nothing successful about putting innocent workers through that kind of fear. These two brothers allegedly turned robbery into a family business, targeting jewelry stores and vending machines with explosives. That's one family tradition nobody should be proud of. She allegedly turned a luxury shopping trip into a €136,000 theft. While the salesperson was busy showing her valuable watches, she quietly hid one under her handbag. Smooth trick, until the investigation caught up with her. He looked like a customer, asked to see some valuable items, and then allegedly made off with a €60,000 watch. Smooth move, or so he thought. Now the 53-year-old suspect has been tracked down and arrested. He literally made his own doorway by smashing through the back wall. Then he stole and damaged phones and speakers. Apparently, normal burglary wasn't chaotic enough, so he decided to add property destruction to the list. This robbery was anything but quick and harmless. The suspects assaulted an employee, dragged her to the back, and demanded money before escaping with a driver waiting outside. She was left with a broken nose. Absolutely brutal. After smashing the window, he grabbed chips and drinks from different displays and walked away. All that trouble for a snack? Seriously? Wow, a masked suspect walked into Family Dollar and robbed the store. He clearly thought intimidation would make this an easy score. What a terrible decision. He walked into a cannabis shop and turned a normal business day into a robbery scene. Apparently, paying at the register was just too much work for these guys. Four masked thieves smashed their way into a jewelry store, forced a security guard to the floor, and grabbed 13 watches worth £186,820. Then they switched getaway cars. That's not a robbery, it's a full-blown criminal road trip. A bakery robbery? Seriously? He threatened the people inside and demanded cash, leaving them scared for their lives. Apparently, this criminal thought the cash register was the real daily special. He thought threatening the employee would make it easy to get the money, but an unexpected counterattack turned everything around. Before long, the big talker had to run straight out the door without getting anything. He went in demanding cash, got locked inside, then had a stolen car crash through the door to help him escape. Robbery, car theft, and property damage, all in one night. Talk about turning a simple crime into a complete disaster. First, he checked if anyone was home, then made a phone call, climbed through a window, and went shopping inside. No receipt, no checkout, just a jewelry box. A quick robbery, with an employee left to face the consequences. They may disappear into the streets, but there's nothing smart about turning a few minutes of crime into a stain that could stay on their record forever. A man and a woman slipped into the store after midnight and started shopping with flashlights. No checkout, no receipt, just stolen merchandise. Unfortunately for them, the surveillance footage came with a much better memory. Two masked men walked into the club demanding cash, but the situation took a darker turn as they continued threatening staff. What started as a robbery quickly became a much more serious case for police. From reckless choices to unexpected consequences, these stories prove trouble rarely follows a plan. If you enjoyed watching it unfold, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bad decisions make memorable endings.